God is near. That's all I need you guys to know. Welcome to Incarnate Ministries, brought to you out of Pilot Point, Texas, here at St. Thomas Aquinas. We're so excited to have you with us, and we're just going to jump right in. Today I want to cover two topics, and they're pretty broad. So first, what are we doing here? And second, why Incarnate Ministries? Why that word specifically? So first, Incarnate Ministries. Now, I could have just called it St. Thomas Aquinas and Pilot Point, right? Because that's where it's brought from. But I wanted it to hit a broader audience. So wherever you are from, you're welcome here. And I'm so excited to have you. And as well, I wanted it to really emphasize a theological point. And that point is the reason that we're doing this whole thing in the first place. And so I'll get to that when I cover the name. And so what we're going to be bringing in the first place is a series of 40 videos. And they're going to be done over the days of Lent. So the 40 days of Lent are going to be all just videos once a day. And they're going to cover each a chapter of Exodus. And it's going to be called Freedom. Just simply freedom. Because that's what it's all about, right? We're going to be journeying with the Israelites from slavery into freedom. And I hope that through my reflections, which will be about 5 to 7 minutes every single day, I hope that they're able to bring you greater awareness of the way that God is already moving around you, and bring you closer into relationship and communion with Him, where you can feel His love and be transformed by the power of His grace. And so with all of that in mind, right, so we're going to do 40 videos over the 40 days of Lent. So just be subscribed here, right, like, subscribe, bell notification, all that stuff here, and I'll post it. Our socials are in the description as well, so follow us on Facebook, Instagram, just all that stuff. Every single day the videos will be posted there. So really excited to have those. Now with all of that said, and the plan laid out, I want to talk to you a little bit about why Incarnate Ministries. Now incarnate is a word that means a lot to me personally. I was told by a priest friend of mine who's one of the dearest friends, closest to my heart, that I have an incarnational heart. What does he mean by that? He means that I experience God majorly through the world around me, right? And so I experience God in nature, in my friends, in my family, the relationships that I have, in the Eucharist, right? Like I need my senses to be engaged in order to see that God is engaging and transforming me. And so I hope that this video series and this whole channel can help you to be more engaged with the Father who so desires your heart. In any way that He possibly can get to you, He's going to use it. And that's going to be something that we're really going to be looking at throughout this whole series, is all the different ways that God is already pursuing you right now, even if you don't recognize it. Even if you believe in a God who is distant, or you don't believe in a God at all, I hope to show you that there is a God, and that God is near and desires you above all else. So in the Bible, we see lots of examples of the incarnate ministries, right? First is the burning bush, right? God's fire incarnates the bush. And so the Latin for incarnate means in caro. Those are the two, that's the etymology of the word is in and caro. And that means in flesh, or to be made flesh, right? To be made real, flesh, living. And that's what happens in the burning bush, right? Like God's presence is made flesh in a way, and in the bush, and it doesn't consume the bush, right? Because God's grace always works in accordance with our nature. He never overwhelms or consumes us to the point in which we become something different than what we are. All He does is perfect us, right? And that was the beginning of God's self-revelation to the Israelites. And that was the beginning of His salvific plan, is when He took flesh in the bush. Right? And from that, He brought about the salvation of a nation and then the world. Right? Verbum caro factum est. The Word became flesh. That's all I need to say, right? That right there is the crux of incarnational theology. That God, who is infinite, who's powerful, beyond all understanding, who's completely apart, set apart from us because of his own holiness and how powerful and good and amazing he is. He took flesh. He experienced the world as we experience. He suffered. He wept. He feared, right? He healed. He prayed. He experienced joy. He experienced what it meant to be the fullness of a human, right? He entered into our reality. And thereby, not only did he enter into a relationship with us, but he redeemed all of the world so that everything can cry out to him and everything can be a manifestation of his grace and his power, right? And so that's what we see in the burning bush as well, a manifestation of God's grace and power. We see a bush that is just a bush, but also a sign of God's grace, power, and love. And so I hope that Incarnate Ministries is the exact same thing. It's a burning bush for you, right? That through my natural words, there's a supernatural manifestation of the power and grace of God that helps you to see the ways in which he's working in your life. Again, so excited to have you joining us for our journey toward freedom. That's going to begin February 17th, Wednesday. We're going to drop a video every single day after that. Make sure to be subscribed, like this video, and tell all your friends about it because the Lord is here, and I'm so excited to be bringing this to you all. Thank you all so much. God bless.